Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't...
What up, and welcome back into Pregaming here on your last stop, the last call, as they say, for all the information you need so that you can go out there and ball when it comes to making that money. I'm here to share it with you. I'm your boy, Mikey Money, going to talk to you guys about stats, trends, angles, cash flow splits, my bets, my leans, my looks, my player props, sides, totals. And we got a full slate of sports tonight. We got the NHL. We're going to cover both games in the NHL. I got some eye-opening trends when the universe aligns in game number 5. You're not going to want to miss it, that's for sure. We're going to go nerfy-yerfy action. I've got 2 no-run first inning props for you guys here this evening. There's only 1 game in the NBA, but I've got 2 plays. What do you think about cashing with me in the NBA? The fade guy's out. The fade guy's out. We know we got it. We found out the fade play. And I got another spot that I really like out there as well. So we'll have a 2 spot in the NBA. You've got 2 plays in the WNBA today as well. So a bevy of player props for your NHL action. Actually, I think there's 2 player props in the NBA. I might have another one. We'll talk sharp perspective betting. That's the layout. That's the lowdown for the hoedown. We've got to start every show off being transparent, as it's the only currency we have. Anybody can throw a mic on and start spitting out some numbers, but who can come back and tell you we won 2.5 units, north of 2.5 units yesterday? That's what we do here, you guys. That's why this is the best place to be. I told you guys, no more do you need to sit around at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night listening to sports betting breakdowns. Give yourself the rest, recharge and regroup with the squad. That's why we've got the live betting shows. We've got the work-life balance programming. We've got the whole smash to help you cash, but you need to get that break. You need that rest so that at 9 a.m. you can catch the morning steam, get what's happening from the overnight movement. Then we'll give you baseball at 12 and 5 p.m. We put it all back together, and we just continue to fire. We continue to slay the dragon. AB says, what's your YouTube I can watch? AB, go to the sport. I'll put a link in the chat. Sports Money _net. Sports Money _net. We created the darts, the YouTube Sports Money Gaming channel, so that there's a home for, the head-to-head stuff, the fun stuff. Sports Money _network. Excuse me. Did I misspeak? Here, I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you, AB, and for anybody for that matter. Gots to make sure you catch us out here over on the tube, man. We've been having a hell of a run right now. Anybody that goes anywhere else is just foolish and mistaken here. You're following false prophets, because we're all profit in this piece, man. Crushed baseball yesterday with the baseball show. Like I said, put up 2.5 units, 2.53 units here yesterday. Now, we lost the Angels game. They got the shit kicked out of them. That's the takeaway from that game. I kind of like the Angels again tonight. We also lost our yes run first inning in the Baltimore Yankees series. That sucked. We did cash the Tampa Bay first 5, plus 106. We did cash the Colorado Avalanche. I told you what was happening. You got to listen to me with these playoff props. These aren't just my gut telling you what I think's going to happen. These are what happens in point in time with these series. Mackenzie Blackwood did not get 24.5 saves. In fact, the problem for Mackenzie Blackwood, how great was that cap, by the way? Defensive-oriented game. They're changing goalies. It's the start of a new future for Blackwood. Blackwood. They're going to stop pucks. They're not going to let them get shots on goal. I mean, there was 5 shots on goal going into the midway through the second period of that game. That cap was no joke. And so the Avalanche won. Blackwood did not from lack of effort. They just couldn't shoot the puck. The Minnesota Wild couldn't get the puck through. And then Hartman, what a thing of beauty. 2.5 shots on goal. He gets 3. Something's not right with this oscillating arm. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but anyways, great job in the NHL. Plus, live bet it. Live bet with the fellas. Gave you guys that second period. Colorado Avalanche to win. They won 1-0. Gave you guys the alt line. Well, not really an alt line, but it was Colorado Avalanche minus 1.5 on the game live at plus 145, I think it was. That came through for us. Colorado gets the win. Easy, J-peasy. Cash the over in the Detroit-Cleveland game. Sweaty as fuck is a fact. 213.5. They got 215. So we cashed that thing. Jared Allen over 12.5 points does not get there. He had 9. But there we go. Daddy's little moneymaker. The Arizona Texas Rangers goes under 8. Remember I said to you guys, I remember how jacked I was about that Nerfy in the San Francisco LA Dodgers game. Well, that cashed. That was an easy 0-0 for a game that ended up sailing over the number. Then I think the easiest play of the day was Roki Sasaki over 2.5 earned runs. He let up 3. The OKC Thunder get 115. Was that the total? Because we had the team total under 114.5. I know it didn't cash, but I'm just curious how close it was. And then LBJ, I mean, look, 22.5 points. He put up 24. It was easy. It was easy work last night, you guys. Just another day in the office. And we're in the office here, ready to fire away for today. So get yourselves ready. I told you we're 3-1 to kick off the WNBA season. Now, anytime somebody says that, they're bound to go and take an L. But I got 2 plays, so we'll see if we can get that cash. Shout out to Gorky. You got the $2 super dono. He's giving you guys some action here. Look at this guy. What up, Gorky? You're doing well, my guy. He says Rays minus 1.5, plus 130. He likes the Buffalo Sabres money line, plus 110. And Redbeard says Jared Allen was gold in the regular season. Yeah, dude. Well, was it Mitchell that fucking went off? That's what happened to us in that game. Shout out to Blake in the house. Redbeard says, Ick, put him on it. Nice. Nice, man. That's what we're here for, you guys. Get your plays in the chat. I'm ready to go. I hope you guys are as well. I'm fired up here. I've got myself a nice little slate. I've got 4 plays in that Montreal Canadiens game. 4 of them. I've got 2 plays in that Spurs game. What did I not? One of these not go through for me? Huh. Well, let's fix that. Yeah. Oh shit. You know why? I'm keep clicking the same thing and it's not. I'm like, why is this not working? I just had like one of those moments where I had a senior moment there, I think. I'm not quite a senior. Oops. Shout out to everybody that's here, though, ready to roll with us. I see all you guys, man. Nasty Nate says the Red Sox first 3 and 5. Nasty Nate, you must have been late to the baseball show because the Phillies are going to smash. Danny Barry in the house. Appreciate you, man. AB checking in here. Gorky, of course, here. Redbeard, Blake, and Peter Gracia. Shout out to all you guys in the chat, man. Elmore 67 says LFG. Fellas, man, listen. We're trying to put the stamp on YouTube. So help us mail this letter out to everybody out there and let them know that we are the preeminent destination for your sports betting needs. All you got to do is smash that thumbs up button. So if you like the content, you're excited about the programming we're putting together, you like watching the fellas throw some darts around out there, having some fun eating cherries, all you got to do is smash that thumbs up button. It takes you a second. It costs you nothing. It helps us a ton to grow this community. So if you haven't done so already, May the 12th, smash that thumbs up button. Man, we gave you guys a boatload of plays in baseball today. I have a full fucking card laid out today. It's pretty exciting. Started out with a winner as well on the winnable side of things here with tennis play, but it doesn't look like this. Thiago Tirante has his head and his ass wired together here. There was a huge line move on this guy, too. It triggered so late for me that it was like 10 minutes before the play started. And I was like, all right, let's jump in on this guy. He's a fucking bozo. Really been displaying an excellent use of the wide variety of the word fuck today as well. So shout out to Pregaming. He likes the Orioles plus 1.5 and the Pirates minus 1.5. I'm on the Skeens ladder today. I did take him up to 12. So, you know, I stopped in the show at 8 or at 10. I just thought it's a good introduction here for the sports card tonight, but I like to have fun when I'm gambling. I want there to be what I perceive to be an edge. I was talking with Sharpie about it today as well, and he's like, well, you know, they put this guy's strikeout total at 8. But, man, if you go 9, 10, even tip into 11 and 12, there's some really big money out there. And if you're going to bet on the Pirates for Paul Skeens Day, don't you want to back Paul Skeens, especially after a shaky start? So, look, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I could suggest 8+ strikeouts is gaining traction. 9+ is plus 149. 10+ is all the way down to plus 271. 11+, look at this. 11+ plus 488. That's only one more. Please let us get one more. 12+ is plus 900. And they stopped at 13+ at plus 1540. Now he's averaging 9.86 per 9, but he had some shaky starts in there. So I just felt like, listen, want to have some fun. I don't want to have to fucking kill myself if the Colorado Rockies end up beating the Pirates. So I just thought collectively, why not take some strikeouts? Let's watch them punch everybody out. Kelly V says, question, what's the stats on teams that win game number 5? Isn't it 90% as they go to win the series? She says, didn't he pitch well in Arizona? Wasn't a shaky start. Was it? I thought he had a bad one in there. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's take a look. I know he did have a bad start, but I do think he did fire back. Let's see. Yeah, he did go 8 innings pitched. Only 7 strikeouts there. He's got 9 in that St. Louis game. So us asking him to climb the ladder when he's averaging 7, going to be an interesting spot for us today. So in any event, you guys, that's the way look, you know, you want to get on and I know some of you guys love this Pirates team, so I won't be disparaging, but minus 1.5 is minus 123. -2. That means you need the Pirates to win by 3 runs to really make some money in this game. -2.5 is plus 120. I don't know. I think I found another alternative way to try to go. It doesn't mean they won't do it. It just means I won't do it. But I'm going to talk to you guys about some NHL action here because this has been a lot of fun, man. The thing about this one is Uncle Mo has his hands wrapped tightly around the throats of the Buffalo Sabres. And long-term prognostication for the series, I think the Sabres are in trouble. You know, it's a young team, so that always becomes problematic. This will be yet another test in their long journey to try to rise to the top. You're down 2-1. You lost both games by margin. You got busted up. You're still on the road. You're in the dog roll. And you got goaltending problems. It's funny because we were talking on the show the other day about Lyon being a piece of shit. Nuke and I were talking about it as we were streaming the game and said, Lions is bad everywhere he's been, and somehow he kind of caught that magic horseshoe. Well, what do they say? When the tide washes away, you see all the broken bottles on the beach. That's the situation I think we're in, because they go back to Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen tonight in Buffalo, or with Buffalo. Remember, he didn't play so good, and that's how he ended up losing. Game 2 against the Bruins, he allowed a softie all the way from center ice. It was a goal that was like, did that really just go in? Really? Was there a whistle blown or something? Like, what happened in that situation? But hey, they're going to go back to him. Here's the problem Buffalo's got in this game here. Total's over at 5. Teams won 2 in a row. They're favored in their home, specifically in game number 4. This is where the universe has opened up. It has parted the seas for us. Over 18 years. It doesn't happen very often. But they won back-to-back games. They're the home favorite, and it's game 4. They're a perfect 9-0. Sorry, Buffalo. You got to go. So, I'm going to take some Montreal Canadiens, Les Habitants. Don't see these situations that often. When they do, they've never lost. Now, in conjunction with the Habitants, taking a whole bevy of player props. I gave you Hutton the other day. I'm going to go back to Hutton. I like the guy. He's in a great position. He gets the lineup. He gets the ice time. And he's been firing. So why get in the way? He's got, in fact, 1.5 shots on goal is the number for Lane Hutton tonight. I like it. I think he continues to stay kind of riding the hot hand, right? Kind of continues to stay the course. Now, in addition to, I took the goaltender over, Dobie over, shots on goal. I don't know. Maybe I'm too late to the party here, but over 25.5. The thing for me is it went up from 24.5. Buffalo's literally in a situation where they're going to throw everything in the kitchen sink. This isn't like what I suspect last night's game was with Minnesota Wild. Colorado Avalanche are just too good a team. McKinnon goes down in this puck in the face in the second period. He comes back in the third, and they just started stomping the shit out of the Minnesota Wild, which was expected. But I think the Magic's run out here, and it's fine. You know, if you're Buffalo, look, you had a good season. You push a little bit more. You know, you got 2 more games at least. You get some playoff experience. At some point, maybe you start. I mean, they're pretty much a young team all around, but maybe you start playing some of them 3rd and 4th line guys that you're not sure if you're going to keep them or trade them next game. But I think this game will be a battle. I like the goaltender in Dobie. And then I gave you guys one more. I'll give you Alex Newhook to get a point. Just consistency. You know, you look at, I mean, there's obviously the big boys there with Suzuki and so on with this Montreal Canadiens team. But, you know, Newhook's got 5 goals in the postseason. He's leading the team. So how about Lane Hutson's got 7 assists? He's leading the team. And Alex Newhook's got 5 goals. He's leading the team. I like it. He's got 6 points on the season, on the postseason. 5 goals, 1 assist in 10 games. He's making the most of the ice time that he's getting. He's getting quite a few shots on goal as well. I mean, he's averaging 2 over the course of the postseason here. So 10 games deep here. I think that them be the boys that stir the stew. They stir the pot with that giant spoon that Razor Sharp Picks has. It looks like he gave the spoon over to X Nizzle. I'm not sure. You're poopy, bro. Thanks. Ron Borquin says he likes Montreal on the over. Kelly V says Pittsburgh wins the first inning. Live inning is how you make money. Same with the Dodgers. I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, when you got a card with 30 games like we have tonight, I don't want to sit around and wait to live bet at least with the Pirates, it's early. So there's like a lot of other things that are sequentially popping off. Nope, you're good, Andrew. We're going to get there in just a minute. I mean, the Dodgers is a different story because it's late night. There's really not much more on. Although there's a couple things on these days, but I've never been one of those. Like you know what fucking infuriates me about the UFC betting? Just drives me off the fucking deep end. Really. I don't have an opinion. I'm going to wait to bet it live and see if I get a better number. I can't stand that strategy. Now, my live betting thought process is to fix something or hammer in on something, right? Not usually looking to try to do it that way. So it drives me nuts because it's like, what if you missed the number? Now you're sitting out entirely for a spot that you liked anyways. Like, there is this pulling the trigger element of things here. And I've seen guys celebrate games that's like, oh, I was waiting a live bet. I couldn't get the number I want, but he won. Yeah, but you didn't bet it. So anyhow, that's a little bit of my thought process there. But I'm going to take that bevy of players here for this game. I'll move quickly here, you guys. We got a lot to do here. So Montreal, New Hook gets a point plus 130. Lane Hudson over 1.5 shots on goal. And then over 25.5 saves for Doby. Also, if you'll notice, there are some same game profit bonuses out there. That is why I selected that game to give you 4 plays. Redbeard says Luka's been cleared for game 5. Game 2, I'm going to take the Anaheim Ducks. I sat around thinking, is it going to be favorite? Is it going to be dog? How does it? And if it's dog favorite, which one covers? I think we just talked about why the Montreal Canadiens get the job done. On the flip side, the Anaheim Ducks find themselves in a unique position. Now, they certainly have had their hands full, to say the least. But what we got going on here for the Anaheim Ducks happens to be that you're the road dog, the total 6 or higher. Coming off a home win and an over. We see this series is tied 2-2. We see the home win and over was 4-3 for the Anaheim Ducks the last game. Guess what? Teams in those positions find themselves 10-2 to fire it back. They pick up a little momentum. By the way, the puck line, 11-1. They're popping 2.7 goals a pop on the puck line. Now, part of that's because they're getting the 1.5. So bear that in mind. But that does point to a Ducks win here. The road dog, off a home win and an over after the first round, continue to get better, especially if they're bouncing back off a loss. If they were bouncing back off a loss, they were the home over winner, and they're now the road dog. Those teams are 21-10 over the last 15 years. How do you argue in a situation like that? I would argue that I like the Vegas Golden Knights. I saw they were tinkering with their lines here. This has been a back and forth. The same thing can be said about the Ducks being a young team and they've got to learn. But look, I think the series goes 7. I think the Ducks sneak into Vegas, pop this one. They come back home. They get the Vegas flu. Vegas sneaks away game 6, and then Vegas wins game 7. So I'll give you the way I think the series breaks down. But if the game is 4 or later in the series, the road dog that's picked up the momentum are 29-17 in those spots as well. So look, road dogs, the big thing is just kind of getting that momentum back, especially if the line is less than a 140. So it's not quite an egregious dog. In other words, it's not like the Ducks are playing the Avalanche, right? This line's sitting around around 135. The trigger mark is 140. So if you're the road dog, Vegas puts you at a line less than a -140 or less than a 140. And you picked up Uncle Mo, you're 17-5. You're 21-1 on the puck line. So I think this is a good sneaky spot. I think what happens here is we see just that. Anaheim Ducks come out and fire. So there you have it. I'll give you some trends. These aren't just my opinion. I mean, they are my opinions, but they are some aspects of what happens when we see these toss arounds in the playoffs. Now, we do have a fade guy in the NBA. That's a different story. We use facts and data to cap. We don't use arbitrary nonsense. And so when we get the opportunity to fade, we want to take advantage of it. But before we get there, we do have some opportunity specifically to take a look at a couple of Nerfies. Nerfies have been hot. Yerfies have been hot. We did go 1-1 yesterday, but we made some money off it. So that's all that matters here. The first game is going to start here shortly. We're going to go Guardians and Angels. If you heard me earlier today, you heard some of the insight behind it, some of the rationale and logic, a little bit of it. Urania, despite him being a who the fuck is that guy, he's 4 for 4 to the Nerfie in the first inning. Slate Ciccone over 3 seasons, 82%. No run first inning. It's moving in its direction. It was plus 104 this morning. It's sitting at minus 110. No run first inning. LA Angels, Cleveland. If you like the sweaty sick, you're going to like that one. Let's take a look here because this is the big one. Everyone's going to be talking about it. It's going to be the Phillies and the Red Sox. No run first inning. Both teams have had, despite the fact that there's been, now Boston's on the struggle bus, but besides that, Philly and Boston, both teams have had aggressively high no-run first inning rates, despite the fact that Phillies particularly are putting runs on the board. I don't want to be the Nerfy Yerfy whisperer. It just happens that that's what I am. And we've never seen a zebra change its stripes. So I'll tell you what. How good was that one yesterday? Did you see? I know I'll give you some thoughts and opinions on some of these games as well, but did you catch that? Specifically the game that I said, take a Yerfy. Don't bet the Nerfy. It's going to be an under, but don't bet the Nerfy. Why? Because something always happens in them Texas Rangers games where there's a run in the first inning and then nothing. And that's what happened. Run in the first inning and then nothing. Perdomo whacks it. That game had to suck to go to. You thought you were seeing the Evaldi. You don't. Although, Eunice didn't pitch terrible, but they put a lot of pieces together to get that win to get that 1-0 loss last night. So bear that in mind when it comes to the Texas Rangers. They fucking let up a run in the first inning. Somebody scores in the first inning. Now, the flip side, I kind of was looking at that Pirates Colorado spot, but I got bit by something here. Oh, what's going on? It's been itching. Paul Skeens, of course, if he's going to let up 5 runs, he does it early, but if he lets up no runs, he's fucking hammering. Both teams have gone 100% to the no-run first inning in their last 5 starts. So 5 games. Colorado, Pittsburgh, I guess. That'll be a third official. I'll give you guys. Fuck it. I think Skeens is going to shove to the tune of me taking his extended line there. But you guys know the deal. You know what I'm saying. Listen, the no-run first inning, by the way, huge movement in this one. Being the fact that it was early plus money by game time here has gotten steamed to a minus 127. So there's 3. There's a 3-pack for you guys. What do you think? What up to everybody that's here? I see Rod Young shouting out Redbeard J. Main in the house. My man, let's go. J. Main says Angels 8 straight Nerfies in Cleveland. Wow. Love that spot. All right. Let's go. Let's talk a little bit about it here. The Timberwolves. Okay, so here's the situation that I had when I looked at this game. Let's take the fade guys play aside. You got a tight series. Where do the Timberwolves struggle? At home? Nothing they've done on the road has suggested they should be a 10.5-point favorite. This is stupid movement. You're getting 10.5 points? What the fuck? What are we missing here? This is way, way too many. Oh, good. So yeah, for that reason, and that reason alone, I want to be involved in the Timberwolves business. Now, the Spurs, we know they had the Wembanyama stuff. Is he going to play? Isn't he going to play? Is he hurt? Isn't he hurt? Is he going to get suspended? Isn't he getting suspended? Does he have the concussion? I get it. But they were 10.5-point favorites. I'm sorry, they were 10.5-point dogs. They won the first game outright by 2 before getting steamrolled in the second game as 10.5-point dogs. So they're 1-1. They move it down to 5.5 because of the change of venues. They still go 1-1, but they're not getting stomped. They got thunder fucked in one game. And that was where the Spurs had to be pissed off that they got rolled in that first game. They lost by 2 points. So I think it's a tighter series than what we've seen kind of projected out there. Because I Kelly V. I don't. You can't be the nerfy whisperer if you're betting on teams to win the first inning. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever bet a team to win the first inning. I'd have to think about that. But it's the sweaty 6. So anyhow, I'm going to take the 10.5, but I am going to go with the Flipperooski here on the other side. I'm going to take the first half team total over 56.5 for the Spurs as strictly a function of performance, results, and line movement. Okay. Game 2, off that game 1 loss, they put up 59 points. So we have them in the game 4 loss. The line was 52.5. It's moved up now. We're seeing they've reset the number. Overall, the average is climbing. It's gone up to 54.4, and we're seeing 56.5s at even money right now. So that's where I took it. I suspect points. I mean, look, overall, the Spurs in the first half of the season, I wish we knew then what we know now. Tied for first overall in scoring in first half, 62 points a game. Books have caught on to it. They moved it to 56.5. I get it. It's even money. I'm going to lock in. I'm going to take the Timberwolves with the 10.5 points, but I'm going to take the Spurs team total over in the first half at 56.5. What do you guys think about that? Philly V loves it. Philly wins first seeding. Greedy me. She likes to. All right. I like it. I'm curious what the numbers look like, but I like it. Good luck to you, KV. All right. So that's some NBA action. WNBA guys, we'll pick our pace here. The Sharp Perspective betting report is being developed for the W, so we will get there. I'm kind of using some of my numbers and index from last year. When I say kind of, I mean, I am. One of the most profitable spots that we had last season was in the first half. The Dallas Wings like to stomp. They're little top riders. We saw what happened this last game with the Atlanta Dream, right? We look at this line. It started 54% of the bets, 52% of the cash are on the Dallas Wings. It's come down-ish. 2.5s down to 2s, down to 1.5s. Both teams come in 1-0. We saw this overall performance last night, or the other night there, I should say. Both teams with equal rest, but the Dream snuck out a road win against Minnesota. Give them respect, 91-90, but they didn't cover. We were on the Dream. That was my one loss on the season with this Dream team. Hey, how about that? This Dream team. Now the proud recipients of my girl. But then on the other side of things, the Wings. They came out hot. They took down Indiana 107-104. It's an offensive-oriented game plan that this Wings team, I think, brings to the table, and that's why I'm going to go with these Wings in the first half. I got plus 1.5. I think they probably win the outright anyhow, regardless. There's 2 big injuries going on between Jones and Canada right now on the Dream side as well, so I get it. I like it. I think it's, first half of the game. I have a feeling what we saw with the Dream last game is they were getting nuked in that first half. They were down by like 20. Remember, we were live on stream, and I was like, I gave you guys the minus 3.5, and now you can get them plus 3.5 or whatever the case was there. So I like them. I think that, probably the Dream come back and win this game, but the Wings in the first half was a hot little number for us last year, and I'm going to run back to it. No problem, Andrew K. Kelly V says WNBA Liberty today and again Friday. Same venue. A lot of points. Was it 13.5? I think they probably beat them gals up. I just think the problem, I don't like that number, but the problem for a team like Portland, that first game that Portland had, and that's going to fuck me up all season because they just got absolutely outclassed. They just got, and I think there's a talent deficiency. There's not a talent deficiency with this Minnesota Lynx team, and I'm going to take some points with some dog action here. This line has 54% of the bets, 48% of the cash. It opened at 2.5. It's moved now. It's 5.5. I got 4.5. I like 5.5 even better. Thing about the Phoenix Mercury, we know the Lynx, obviously we saw what they did in the playoffs last year. Dominant. They had a pretty good preseason as well. I mean, they beat up the Sky, but they hammered Vegas, the Aces. The Aces kind of slow starters like they were last year as well. The Mercury had a tough game against the Valkyrie. Now, we took the Valkyrie on the money line. I think it was like minus 135. But the Valkyrie were trying to bounce back off a loss. The Mercury are on the second leg of the back-to-back out there after having just had the game of their lives against the Vegas Aces. I think the Lynx want to bounce back off that tough loss. 91-90. They covered. They are covering machine. So I think the Minnesota Lynx in this form here, it's just too many points. You know, McBride and Collier are the big reason why I think this line is moving. And you know, my philosophy is it's already baked into the line. So we're going to take a shot with the Minnesota Lynx and we're going to go with the plus 4.5. There's 2 spots for you guys in the W. I think I covered all the player props. I think I gave you all the player props. I gave you sides totals. The only thing we have left to cover here, let me make sure. Yeah, the only thing we have left to cover here is the sharp respected betting report, you guys. And so we will do that right now. Before we get to it, though, if you want to get my best bets, the plays I like the most, my afternoon action, any of and all of the others, you want to support me, you want to say thanks for doing what you do out here, I'll hook you up. You can do it over at Winnable. And if you reach out to me, DM me, I'll give you guys a sweet promo code here today only. Today only. Get you guys new members. We'll get you a 50% off package. How about that? All you got to do is go check out winnable.com/Mikey Money. Get all my best bets. Sent to you via text message as well. Very super easy to navigate the Winnable side. In fact, the link's in there for most of the games. You can click on them, go right over and bet them where I bet them. Hey, it's your boy Mikey Money here and letting you know the Sports Money team live over on Winnable, and you can get your favorite cappers' best bets. Come support the squad at Winnable.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
Let Sports Money Network's team of experienced handicappers do the hard work for you, and with the flexible notification options, you'll never miss a play as we drop them.
Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, you guys, sharp perspective betting. I don't have anything for you in the NBA tonight. I haven't seen anything there hasn't been any sizable movement in the NBA in 2 days, which is alarming, but okay. NHL wise, last night they had the Avalanche that obviously cashed. Tonight, they went to the under 6.5 in the Vegas Ducks game. Vegas Ducks under 6.5. And a bevy of baseball action for you guys. Let's see. Yesterday, they got punked. They got busted up by the Angels. They got busted up on the under in that game as well. But tonight, they got the Marlins, the Tigers. The Marlins Minnesota game under 9. The Cubs game under 7.5. And the White Sox to round it out as well. So there you go. There's some action across the sharp, respected betting universe. And I think that's going to do it. I think that's how we'll put the bow on the show this evening, you guys. So I want to thank everybody for being here today. If you're catching us on the replay, let me know. Let me know you're part of the replay gang and put your best bets in the comment section there. I love to see what you guys are on. Love the interaction. I try to respond to everybody throughout the evening. Let's make it an evening, huh? Go make sure you check out them fellas over at the Sports Money Gaming side of things here, having a good time, enjoying the get-together as they get ready for opening day for the horse track. But in the meantime, they're going to have you guys covered this evening. Lots of action, lots of fun. I'll be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. for Bases Loaded, and we'll do it again at 5 p.m. for pregame. And you guys have a great night. On behalf of the Sports Money crew, go do what you do. See you guys soon.